Hello, I'm Barralet and welcome to this Crystal Connections video where we're exploring the essential oil of Cistus. Now, Cistus essential oil comes from a plant that is commonly known as the rock rose. This is a beautiful flower that grows around Europe, and it's got these beautiful flowers, 5 petaled flowers with white petals, a yellow center, and then on each of those petals near that yellow center is a scarlet red dot. This has earned it the nickname in parts of Spain as being Christ's tears. Now, this is an amazingly powerful plant that what happens is as it kind of drops its seeds, it will just drop that in the soil. Now, it won't germinate the next year. It'll actually wait, building up a bit of a seed bank year after year, and then when a wildfire goes through, it cracks those seed pods open and it flourishes up and kind of brings this whole new area of rock rose everywhere. Now, Cystus is an essential oil that is steam distilled from the leaves. It was actually discovered many thousands of years ago by shepherds who had noticed that these sticky leaves would actually stick to the fleece of their sheep. When they would actually remove the, sorry, there's a bumblebee trying to say hello. When they would remove the those leaves from their sheep's fleece, they'd notice that this resinous stickiness would kind of get on their hands, and if they'd had any cuts on their hands, they'd seem to heal a little bit quicker. So Cystus is this amazing essential oil that has a long history of being used for thousands of years. In this video, I'm going to explore with you how you can use Cystus essential oil today, which is steam distilled from those sticky leaves, that will benefit you on the body sense, in the mind, and also in the spirit. Just like the shepherds used many thousands of years ago, we can continue to help our skin to heal whenever we have any wounds by applying a little bit of Cystus essential oil. Now remember, whenever you've got an open wound, you don't want to be putting things on that, but once it starts to scab over, to promote that kind of healing, that's where I'd get a little bit of Cystus, dilute it, and mix it in as well. Cystus can also be really good for skincare, so mixing a little bit in with your night moisturizer and rubbing that into your face can be really quite beneficial. Now, other ways that Cystus can be really good, I find it's great whenever I'm feeling a little bit kind of upper respiratory and a bit of a cough or feeling a bit heavy in there, I'll massage it in there or pop it in the diffuser. Also, if I'm feeling a little bit achy, Cystus is another one I'll try rubbing into shoulders or any other sore parts of the muscle to give me a bit of relief in that sense as well. When you feel like you're going from one emotional extreme to the other, reach for Cystus. If you find one moment you're really dramatic and the sky is falling and all that type of thing, and then suddenly you're feeling really quite numb and unable to relate to anyone, Cystus helps us to kind of stop that pendulum swing and really bring us into the center. Often when we've had different experiences in the past that have hurt us, especially hurt our heart and hurt us emotionally, we'll tend to be a bit needy or a little bit withdrawn, depending on who the people are. This inconsistency can allow people around us not be able to relate to us properly. Cystus helps us to quell and to deal with that pain and to actually then be able to be a bit more stable emotionally. In fact, it is absolutely amazing after any type of trauma. Remember that I talked about Cystus breaking free out of the or the rock rose breaking free out of the seeds when the fire has gone through. It promotes that sense of transformation. When you need to resurrect yourself and get over any kind of emotional pain and find your light again, when you need to find hope again, then Cystus is going to be a really quite uplifting oil to enable you to doing that. Rubbing it on the heart, breathing it in, taking some deep breaths, finding that center and finding your inner strength and rising from that, rather than kind of grappling at things and feeling in a state of desperation. Cystus will help you find that inner harmony again. Furthermore, Cystus can be great not only when you're feeling overly emotional, but you become a bit emotionally cold and pulled away from people. Maybe you've become emotionally numb or find it hard to connect with other people because maybe it's hard trusting them because other people have hurt you in the past. Cystus again will help to bring out that light within you. It'll allow you to stand in the center of storms and craziness, whatever is there, and to confidently just reach out to another person, to be open, to be vulnerable, to trust once again. Cystus will help you with that. When you're called to work with Cystus, it would suggest that you're about to get to a spiritual kind of transformation, that you're ready to move up to the next level, that you've reached a certain type of maturity. Cystus is amazing for helping us go back into the past, to help us either go through past life regressions and bring back kind of pain or hurt or suffering that may have happened there that needs to be healed, or just kind of emotions that have happened maybe in our childhood or in the past that we've repressed, and bring them up as well. Cystus is there to support us when we're ready to actually tackle them, deal with them, look at the wisdom that we gain from them, let go of the pain, and make sure that we're able to let go of that so that we can swing forward into the future. Cystus is kind of like helping to put back a puzzle, finding all the different parts that we've left everywhere and we've kind of segregated ourselves. Sometimes people talk about splitting of the soul. Cystus will help to bring that all back together and piece that back together. Cystus will help you to connect your feminine and your masculine sides, a sense of oneness with the planet and your sense of oneness with God, universe, or Great Spirit. Whenever you're feeling a little bit scattered or shattered, this will help to bring everything together. Once we bring everything back together, you are a complete and whole. You see where you're ready to, what has come of the past and what you've learned from the past, and you've healed all that, and then you're able to move forward into the future. Cystus is, remember, an oil that gives us that power of resurrection, like a phoenix coming out of the fire, being reborn, stronger, more powerful, wiser, more confident. Cystus will help you with all of that. When it comes to chakras, Cystus definitely works with the heart chakra. When we have been hurt in the past, we tend to close off emotionally. We can find that our heart chakra becomes either overactive or underactive, protecting us from that hurt. Maybe we become overactive and we'll start to be overly generous, giving, but won't take anything back. Giving to people that would even treat us nastily. Maybe if we can make everyone like us, then we're worthy of love. Maybe something happened in the past and we don't feel worthy of love and we have to prove that. Or we may try and manipulate people and make them love us. We might be saying things like, oh, if you really love me, you'd stay home and you wouldn't go out with your friends. Or on Facebook, we're posting things like, oh, life sucks, to see if you can get some attention in that type of way. Maybe you dive into relationships which you know are doomed not to work. Maybe you fall for people that are unavailable, people that are in relationships, or famous people that you have no chance of ever meeting, just to keep that safe distance and stop you from getting hurt again. Oh. Had a kangaroo then. All these different types of hurts and how they exhibit through the heart chakra being unbalanced now can help to be cradled and loved by Cystus. Cystus will kind of give you that comfort to help you get through those pains of the past, realize what they've done, realize the impact of them, learn the lessons, make sure you don't make those mistakes again, and feel confident to then open up your heart and love once more. Cystus, being a leaf oil, helps you logically and rationally work through these things. And so if you're doing any kind of therapy or counseling, Cystus is great to maybe lather yourself or put on the heart just before you walk into these to help you kind of nut through and consider these new perspectives. As you work with Cystus, you'll find a balanced heart chakra. The hurt of the past will fall away and you'll be open to embracing new and loving relationships and experiences once more. I find I love to blend Cystus with other essential oils to really help to bring out that healing of the heart chakra. So one of my favorites to blend it with, it's not going to smell the greatest, but it's going to be really quite potent, is try blending it with thyme essential oil. Thyme is amazing for really reaching in deep and helping to draw out any issues that you've repressed. Often there are things that have happened to us in the past that we can't even remember, or we've kind of forgotten about them, but they keep tripping us up from time to time. Thyme will actually go down and help to bring them up as well. You can also then work with other floral essential oils, which all help to open up the heart. Whether it be stepping back into unconditional love with rose, trusting again with geranium, or allowing yourself to receive pleasure and experience pleasure with something like ylang-ylang. These different oils can really work well with Cystus. Now, have you ever made an amazing blend that includes Cystus? I'd love to hear about it. Share it in the section below and we can all learn and give it a try. When I'm working with essential oils, I love to bring in other gifts of nature to help guide me and really inspire me and bring in an extra boost of energy when I'm doing this energetic work. So there's a couple of different crystals that I'll work with when I'm working with Cystus. Anyone who needs emotional balance and finds themselves swinging from those polarities and those extremes that we were talking about before, this is where aquamarine can be really good. Aquamarine, you can see, grows in these kind of rod-like shapes, and so they kind of move energy backwards and forwards. Aquamarine being associated with water, we know that water ebbs and flows, but this helps to balance those emotional ebbs and flows so they don't become too erratic. So that's when I'd reach for aquamarine. Now, if you feel that because of the hurt and the pain of the past, that you've kind of become a bit cold or numb or lonely or detached from other people, this is where you want tugtopite. Tugtopite is this beautiful crystal that when it comes out of the ground, it's just white and black. But when it's exposed to heat or the light of the sun, it becomes bright pink. You can see the evidence of this pendant I've been wearing all day. It flares up really vibrantly. So tugtopite really helps us to find the passion within us, that warmth and that flame within us, and bring that back out to the surface. So it can be really powerful when combined with Cistus. When it comes to bringing in animal wisdom, the animal that I'm called to work with is the reindeer. Reindeers teach us endurance. They go through the harshest environments, just following their following their instincts and going to their final destination before they turn around and go back and migrate the other way when they need to. They will go through the snow, they'll go through the harshness because they know that eventually they'll get to where they need to be. When we are having those struggles, when we're hurting emotionally, when our heart has been broken so many times and shattered and thrown 1,000 pieces around the world, we need to find that strength to go on. And reindeer gives us that endurance. So tune into reindeer, hold one of these crystals and ask reindeer to give you that endurance to keep on going on, to love again. Because if we don't ever open our heart up again, we never get to experience the joys that love has to bring. Cystus helps us with that. Astrologically, that white flower really connects Cystus with the moon. It has that nurturing kind of energy, and it allows us to look at the magic and dive into the spirituality of our healing as well. So working with Cystus on a Monday, the day that it's ruled by the moon, is when you're going to get the most power. Now, have you worked with Cystus essential oil? Please share in the comment section below how you like to work with it. When it comes to finding a really good Cystus essential oil, remember that not all oils are created the same. Look for a high quality, pure, therapeutic brand of essential oils that can really give you a reliable Cystus essential oil, so you're going to be working with the real stuff, not something adulterated or made in a laboratory. If you'd like to know more about sourcing pure, high quality oils, my contact details are below. More than happy to help you out anytime. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm Adam Barralet. Blessed be.